Gladys, you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Sister Comfort. I'm here in the United States, but I'm originally from Kenya. That's where I was born and raised. And I'm so glad to be here with you today so that we can discuss a little bit about on passive business, which I know we all love. I am a mom. I have two beautiful daughters, my master's degree, still in nursing, healthcare leadership, and I love serving people. I've always served people as far as I can remember, and it's my best passion to serve.
Oh, that sounds really good. Of course, I can also testify to that because I know your activities, of course, and on passive. So yesterday was one of those great days in the lives of the founders of OnPassive when our product, OSTAF, was launched. What was your impression after looking at OSTAF yesterday as presented by Mr. Ash and his team?
Oh my goodness. I felt like I was in Boston where there was a launching party. I was online and I enjoyed every single moment because I know that OSTAF is one of the products that is going to be appealing that every business will want to have because it's very user-friendly. If you look at it, it's very user-friendly. It saves time. And as we know, our CEO is a man who loves to save people money, Mr. Ash Mufare, and they said he's going to offer this for a flat rate. So I could only remember the jobs that I have applied and done and how much hectic it was to go through the HR process. So looking at that product yesterday being presented with just one single sign-on, and clicking one tab to the next, from hiring to onboarding, I just couldn't get enough joy out of it. And I can't wait to see how much it's going to go global, how much it's going to go viral. It reminded me, I remember when I was expectant and I was applying for maternity leave, how the process was very hectic in one of the companies that I worked for. And I was like, I wish we had OSTAF. Everything, you just log in once, you go there, you make your request here. It could have made the process seamless. When you look at it also, most of the jobs that I've done, sometimes we clock in and out if you work physically in a facility. But this is a contactless method with COVID and everything. Nobody wants to touch things everywhere. When you go to work in a hospital, I'm in healthcare, and if you go to work in the hospital, how beautiful it is for you to just walk to a contactless, platform to clock in just by it reading, identifying you and clocking you in and out.
Wow.
That will spread actually the spread of germs, number one, and you'll feel more comfortable. And look at the other platform also, like put in the data to see the salary increments to give you an idea of where the company is and to compare and see the fair rate to give. Because as we know, women, for every dollar that a man is paid, a woman is underpaid. So I hope with this, it will contribute towards reducing that gap so that we can all be compensated equally.
Wow.
I can't wait to see it
I
being
know,
used. I just felt like I wish I have a business.
I just like the last part of it because you are already advocating for something that finally let them just give our salaries to us, because if not we are watching, right? Thank you for that. I know that was really good because you just summed it up in a very brilliant way. I think someone who did not watch it would make a lot of sense from what you just said. That said, there's a lot people say it's a revolution, for especially for the resource human resource management and so on, right? Now let's take it back home. You are from Kenya, I am from Southern Cameroon. We are Africans, right? Do you think that a product like OSTAF will be well received back home, or how much people will need it? Especially given the rate of corruption, unfortunately, that is out there. We know that Mr. Ash Mufara is here to correct the corruption and all those. How do you think people back home, say Africa in general and Kenya in particular, where you come from, how are they going to receive this?
I think post the pandemic, if you asked me before pandemic, I could say that it's going to be resisted or, with some
Yeah.
resistance, but I know with the time it will be appreciated. But post the pandemic, many people lost their jobs. People stayed home for more than a year, basically doing nothing. And for them to be able to catch up, because the economy is still healing globally, people are still hurting. So I think many employers, when they hear that it's going to be offered, number one, at a flat rate, at a lower rate that is affordable, and that it's going to save them money. One of the problems that I remember as we were growing up is that, some people used to go to the office to work, they leave their jacket on the desk and they go about their business the whole
We know
day.
all those things, right?
Yes, with the old staff,
Right.
if it can identify you, actually it can report whether you are at the desk working or you are not. So I think employers knowing that it's going to save them money and increase productivity will be open to receive it. And it's effortless, it saves you time, the machine to work for you, the system to work for you as you do what, it relieves you of the tasks as you focus on the growth of your business. So I think it will be well received. And we'll be the champions. We will advocate for that. We'll be the champions.
Yes, I just love where you started from, which was so brilliant, because I've never thought so until now that you brought it up. Post-pandemic, maybe the response would have been different. In addition to every other thing you have said, of course, yes, everybody is moving on. I think we are doing our best still to move on, right? So thank you very much for that brilliant response. I really feel satisfied with that. So, quoting you, there's one of the things in the course of our chats and conversations, this one thing you said that touched me deep down. And you repeated it even in other words when you were introducing yourself. You said when growing up, you were that kind of a child that who would rip your notebooks to share the leaflets or the papers for writing notes to other children, to other students who did not have, right? And you are so happy that your parents nurtured you with the virtue of generosity within you, right? And you back it up by the fact that you have been supporting charities, even though on a smaller scale, for several years now. So right now that we are here, and Mr. Ash Mufareh says he is here to empower us to do even more, what are the type of people that you like helping? And how much more are you going to widen your horizon when we finally launch?
Thank you for that question, Sister Comfort. Actually, it kind of brings tears. Anytime I hear of charity, you can see my eyes, they are teary already.
I know.
Because I was born and raised in a very humble family, humble background, but my parents gave me big dreams. My dad always made me feel like a winner, even when there was nothing visible. He always made me feel that you can do it. He gave me a nickname. He used to call me Super. And that name has lasted until now because he believed that I can do it. I was not raised in a rich family, but not rich financially, but we were rich with love. A lot of love, and the virtue to share started right from my childhood. Mm-hmm. And because I saw how little we had, but how we thrived through sharing, not only in my own family, with my cousins also, in our extended family. I grew up, and that was just part of me when I went to school. And I didn't have many books. Sometimes I could have one notebook or two, but anytime I saw a child, a fellow, classmate doesn't have, and we have to do homework, I ripped the papers and I shared them. And this used to happen a lot in our classroom, mm-hmm. which was really good. We learned to share from when we were little. And as I have grown, God has blessed me in so many ways. So I work, I earn, and I always remember, I always go back to where I came from, because I believe that if we can hold each other's hand, we are better working together than being, having and not sharing. We all have something to give. That's something that my mom told me from when I was young. We start, from sharing even clothes. You have something to give. So I have been involved so much in helping less fortunate children to be able to go to school. That has been my passion, because had I not found someone to hold my hand to pay my tuition, I could not be where I am today. I count myself lucky, because when I look at the girls whom we were born and grew up together with, I can only put a finger on one who is somehow, able to support for herself. And I don't blame them. It's because we grew up with so little. So I believe that if I can pick one child from another family, and that child also, when she grows up and graduates from school and gets a job, to also lift somebody's hand, that's a beautiful, for me, that's what brings me satisfaction.
Wow.
And so I've been doing that, and I target mostly the widows who have no help, or single moms, or children from, poor families. And surprisingly, most of them were not even my relatives. Of course, I helped my relatives, but I've helped also children who we are not related completely, even to the point of coming to the US, because I have seen something in them. And these are people who live beyond themselves. The people who look forward, and they have not disappointed me. None has disappointed me. Every time they have been able to finish and get that blessing, they also hold someone's hand. So that's my passion.
Wow. That is so touching, and it's so, it's natural, and when it comes from the heart, it touches me differently. And I can assure you, many people are blessed through everything that people like you come here and say, So let's.
And to add to that, there's something that our CEO Ash Mufari said that really touched my heart. When I joined On Passive in 2018, I made a phone call when a friend reached out to me and told me that she has heard of a business that she would like to see if I'm interested. I put her off because we had tried two that did not even, one did not work, the other one did not even take off. And I never saw the CEO of those companies. The closest I reached them was seeing them on Facebook. But when this colleague or this friend sent me a phone number and told me, call him and talk to him. And I called Ash, I left a message. He called me back in about 10 minutes and we spoke, and I realized the vision that he had and the heart, and I realized that this was a person who lives beyond himself. And when he mentioned about designing a business that will give me freedom to be with my family, for me, that was the main reason that I came in. If I can have that time to be with my children, to take care of them while making money, as he has said, and then I can be able to give to somebody else to help, that closed the deal. And then as we kept going, we started Zooms now, and he mentioned about his focus is to do something good to humanity. And if he can make a few more Mother Teresa's, he will do it. And as we know, Mother Teresa is someone who was very committed to charity.
Right.
Where else could I want to be, if not in On Passive?
Oh,
nowhere.
Wow. Thank you so much. This is just powerful, there are just no way. This is so empowering. Like I've told you before, with this platform, we call it Empowerment Talks, because we tap such information, you tell it from the heart, and somebody's like, okay, if that's how big, this how much it is, then I'm in, So that said, this passion is there. You and I know what we want, given what you say, your story is similar to mine, and so on. Some people are still out there. They are just like, you are not serious. And the opportunity is still here. The doors are still open. So what would you be telling people who are still sitting on the fence? They know that we are here, but they are not yet ready to join. What would you tell them?
I just have a few words to them. We know that everything good, not everybody will support it. Not to preach, but I know that you are a believer and I am a believer. Yeah. Even when Jesus came to save people, he was persecuted and he was killed. I'm not saying that Ash is Jesus or what. This is an opportunity that he has brought for us. It's an opportunity that I believe God has brought to us. But God uses human beings to do things. So if Ash has had this vision, if God gave him the vision and he said yes, and he studied, he went to school, he studied, he investigated the system. Why do 97% people fail in online internet marketing? Why do only 3% succeed? And he's trying to help the 97%. Those who are on the fence because they have lost money before in systems that did not work. This is somebody who has come with a vision to help the 97%. And I say, we have seen him from 2018. He has owned up every single thing that happened. He's not afraid to speak the truth, even when it's not popular. I say this is an opportunity of a lifetime. But the thing is, we cannot, you cannot force somebody to join. But if we share the truth, we can only share the truth about OnPassive. And if people catch the vision, they will come in. This is a business that has been designed for the little guys, the regular people like us.
Right, like you and
I. Yeah, like you and I. So this is our chance for us to also have piece of the pie. This is a business designed by people and it's for the people. Ash has said this. This is a business for the people. He's giving us the power to handle our own business by branding us. So if you are on the fence, if you are afraid that you will not be able to recruit people to be able to build your team, don't worry. Come to OnPassive. The system has been made to build your team, to advertise for you 24/7, to recruit for you, and to advertise and sell the products of OnPassive for you while you earn. We have a CEO who is looking forward in making us the heroes. He's the one who is taking every stone that is being thrown at him.
Right.
But he's branding us. The link that we have, link number 49, the one that is branded, coded to our own name. Who knew that I will have my own business? That I'm a business owner in OnPassive. Yeah. And it's at a low price. It's affordable. Yeah? I don't say everybody will just afford like that, but you can save little by little to secure that opportunity to come in. Try to understand the business. Try to ask the person who has invited you, but don't label the business as a bad business before you get in, before you learn it, before you understand it. So I will say we are there to help you. Welcome aboard. OnPassive is a global family, no competition. The leaders work together. Right. I have seen it and I can testify. So you are welcome aboard.
Wow, that was really brilliant, Gladys. I was really a blessing having you here. And I can assure you, you have spoken to someone, because your wisdom, your passion and everything, it penetrates deep down because it comes from deep down your own heart. I really thank you so much. And whoever comes across this video, guys, share it with as many people as you can while the few minutes are still left, because any moment from now the doors are going to be shut and you can never be a founding member again. And whoever shares this video with you, go back to them, let them show you how to register and become a founding member. And I am going to attach Sister Gladys's YouTube link here on the comment section or the description box, so that if you can click and check her a few things what she is doing and subscribe on her YouTube channel. And of course, share yours if you are also on YouTube, so that we can connect and make more as an OnPassive family. Thank you, sis, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, Sister Comfort.
Thanks. Bye.